Hey everybody, Animal Man here. Today we're going to do basket weaving 101. We're going to use pipe cleaners, and this is important. If you watched my video that I already made on how to harvest and prepare some basket making materials, I used willow in that one. If you watch that, or if you ever tried this before, you know that if you harvest your own materials, prepare them, you get all excited to try it, and if you mess up, it's like heartbreaking. So the best thing to do is to learn the way I learned originally, is to use pipe cleaners. That way you practice this. If you mess it up, you take it apart, you can redo it as many times as you want, and you remove all the heartbreak and all the blood, sweat, and tears from this. So you perfect your technique now. That way you can do a really good job later. So this is a spokes and weavers basket. Sometimes they call it a warp and weft basket. And the red pipe cleaners here we're going to use for the spokes or the warp. And the black is going to be the weavers or the weft, depending on, what you want to call it. So here's how we start. We make a plus sign with 4 of these. We save this red one for after. We'll use that in a minute. You'll get it in a second. So we just make that plus sign, or X, whichever, for your angle it's an X. And now we're going to take our first black one. We're going to connect these together. And these ones are on top of the other ones. So we start with the black on top, and we're going to go underneath, and then on top, underneath, on top, and that connected all these together. Very, very simple. That's all we did. So now we're going to go around 2 more times like that. Same exact thing. And that just secured them all together. Now, if we kept on doing that, every single pass around is going to be under over here, everyone's going to be over under here. But we want it to be different each way around, so you need an odd number of spokes. These are going to be our spokes here, the red ones. So we need to add, right now we've got 8, we have to add a 9th spoke. So to do that, we're just going to shove it in between 2 of these black ones here, hopefully, with any luck. There it is. We'll shove it back down on this side between these, hopefully. There, now it's in. And now we spread all these out. Now you've got your 9 spokes. Spread them out, semi-evenly, as evenly as you can. And you can leave this red one long. I'm just going to clip it off with my multi-tool right now, just so it's out of the way. We want them all to be the same length later anyway. So I'm just going to give it a clip. There we go. It's out of the way. Alright, get these all spread out. So for the rest of the basket making until the end, it's the same thing now. Now we're going to go, every single one of these spokes, we're going to go over, under. So I'm going to go over that one, under this one. Over that one, under this one. Over that one, under this one. When you get to about 1 inch left, with these, I'm just going to overlap it by 1 inch. I'm going to give these a couple quick wraps to connect them together. I'm going to keep on going. Using natural materials, you would take this new weaver, you would tuck it in alongside next to the one that's running out. And that way you can just keep on going. Over, under, over, under. So now we just keep on going. And I'm not pulling it tight or anything. We're keeping this pretty loose, uniform. Make sure there aren't any big gaps. And you're going to keep on doing this, going around until the basket is almost to the size you want it to be, width-wise. We're going to add probably 1 more pipe cleaner on here. Do it like this, and then we'll start to round this basket. Okay, now we're going to start to bend these in. Great thing about pipe cleaners, you start to bend them in, they stay that way. Natural materials are going to spring back open, so the way you control the shape of your basket now is by increasing tension, and you start to force them in as you go. So now I'm going to pull more as I go, and you can see right there, it didn't round off. Now it's pulled tighter, so it pulled it in towards the center a little bit. Again, it's pulling it in, pulling it in. And see that it's starting to to get more of a bowl shape to it. So now we just keep on doing this. I've got this curved in as much as I want it, but I just want some more height now. So now I'm going to stop forcing these in and stop putting so much tension on it. I'm going to ease off on the tension and just try to go straight up for a little bit. So I'm not pulling these tight as much as I was before. I'm going to ease up on it and just do maybe 2 or 3 pipe cleaners. Try to add a little more height, give this basket a little more depth. That's as big as I want to go. So this is a good size for our finished basket. It's a small basket, but here's what we do with this. We want to tuck this in, and all you do is you go in between 2 of your other weaves there. You tuck it on the inside. It doesn't need to stay that well because we're going to fold these over and it's going to hold everything in place anyway, so don't worry about it. Just get that tucked out of the way onto the inside so it's nice and pretty on the outside. Now, we've got all of the tips of these spokes here. And here's how you secure these from starting to all pop off. You tuck these spokes in. You fold each one over. This is going to be a nice, very nice scalloped finish, what we're going to do here. Each one of these spokes, you fold the tip over and you run it alongside the spoke next to it. So you follow in between several of these weaves until it pops out down there. So you can see that. See, now it's coming out. Boom, it's tucked in. And now we would just clip that off when we're done. So same thing. This one goes along the one next to it here. That's enough. This one goes along next to it here. Oops. Don't have to go all the way down to the bottom, just a few. Just go down a few rows. That's all it needs. Alright, last one. There we are. And then you just gotta clip all these off. I'm gonna use scissors on these because the pliers weren't working that well. Just clip them off flush. And that is it. Gorgeous little basket. So you can imagine if this was natural materials, I mean how pretty you can make one of these. You can see little bits of the red going up every so often. And if you use different color materials, just like I'm showing you here, different color materials, different types of materials for the spokes or the weavers, you can get different effects, different colors throughout this basket. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and try it out with pipe cleaners and then get some natural materials and make something very, very gorgeous.